And welcome everyone, welcome to another video, and today is a first impression of an early access title. It's Train Life, a railway simulator. It's nicely detailed, as you can see. The trains themselves are also very nicely detailed. There's a rather thorough tutorial which we will go through for the first impression video. So quite nice. We've got cargo, we do post runs, as in postage mail, as well as passengers, and also delivering things like, steel, wood, to factories, things like that. But it's not just about the train, it's also you can actually, you run your own haulage firm on rails. So if you had like Euro Truck Simulator or American Truck Simulator in that respect, you can employ the people to do work for you, to drive and handle the trains. So we shall head into a new game. We'll go through the tutorial this time. I'm going to set this up. Then we'll head into the tutorial section. It is very thorough, as I said.
Welcome to Train Life and Europe, engineer. As you near your graduation of the conductor's exam, we commend you on your dream of starting your own railway transportation business. Before you graduate, we just need one final example of what you know, and some time behind the throttle won't hurt. After all, as an aspiring employer, it's best to be a shining example for your future employees. We've set up this short course in Germany for you to refresh your skills and show us what you've learned. Start by familiarizing yourself with the locomotive's controls. Then follow the instructions through the next few scenarios, and you'll be off on your own in no time at all. Take your time, but try not to derail the train. Management will have my head if a fresh graduate wrecks our training locomotive.
Okay, so as you can see, it's the cutscenes are a little bit stuttery, but we can forgive that for now. Okay, so tutorial, train controls basics. Use the mouse to look up, down, left and right. So look up, look down. Okay. Okay. You see, it's quite nicely detailed, as I said. You can't move around, so it's not like Dovetail's title, Train Sim World, where you can move around the cabin and also outside. You can't do that in this. It's purely about being inside the cabin and handling the trains, and also your business as well, once you were going to career mode. So, zoom the camera in and out, use the mouse wheel. Back again. So it's T to toggle headlights on and off. You can do it through the buttons on the dashboard, but the tutorial doesn't actually tell you that. So toggle the cabin lights on and off by selecting change cabin lights from the radial menu. Hold the shift key down, so that's left shift, or by pressing G. So bring up the radial menu, cabin lights, and then tap G to turn them off. I think I'll leave them on actually, it's just a little bit dull, isn't it? Turn off your emergency brake using spacebar. You can do that again down here. But sometimes some parts of the tutorial, because it gives you the keyboard shortcut, sometimes you get stuck where you've got to restart the entire tutorial again. If you're halfway through, it gets a bit slightly annoying. So it's best if you use the keyboard shortcuts until it tells you to use an interactive button over here, or the lever. Okay, so W. One single notch. So you can see on the right hand radial there, got 50 at the bottom, which is the speed limit. The shield to the left of that is your durability of your trains, what condition it's in. And to the right we've got the power. So speed limit is now 50 kilometers an hour. We've been told to go to 20. So take things nice and easy. Some of the points as well. Some of the junctions are a little bit sticky as well. Okay, so E to increase one single touch. One step on the bar. So you see at the top of the radial there, we've got blue, which is the throttle. To the left of that, we've got red, which is the brake. If I increase it a little bit further. Once it comes down to a full stop, okay, bring the throttle down using S. Turn the brake off fully. Tap R to reverse. I'll do the same thing again. So accelerate to using 1 notch of the throttle. Back up to 20 kilometers. Nothing too taxing. Up to 20. Also just using engine brake, which will damage the brake system. So just watch the shield at the left hand corner of the radial there. If I tap the space bar to bring the engine brake on, now it's down to 90, it's at 100 there. So now it's at 98. Okay, so R. Tolerate the word switch direction with Q. So it points to the right. So that's the left hand corner. Got the mini map at the bottom of there. We've got left and right. So which points coming up next and which switch they're on. So tap Q to reverse it down to the right. You see it highlighted on the track just ahead. Also to drive through there. Okay, so engine brake off. 1 notch on the throttle again. So increase your throttle a little to drive through any switch. Feel free to play around with the change in direction and driving through them even in reverse, which you won't be doing. So driving a highlighted area, it'll stay at 1 notch on the throttle just for now. So train controls basics again. Use C to cycle through the gameplay cameras at least once until you get to the cabin camera view. So it's back to where we are now. So C. And again. Cinematic mode. C again. So this is free view. So you can zoom out, zoom in. Tap C again. Okay, so look around, identify the throttle lever and increase it to at least 1 step by holding left and pressing or using the mouse basically. So let's drag it. So there's the throttle. I've actually already done that. Okay, now do the same with the brake lever and increase it to slow down the train to a full stop. Okay, that's a bit strange. So tutorial train controls basics now completed. So we can move on to the next one. I can stay, go back to the main menu. But we shall go on to the next scenario. Okay, so the second scenario is driving and rules. Drive forward to the service centre and press F to enter it. So release the parking brake. 1 notch on the throttle. So we're driving a diesel electric and it's well, it's a cargo. Take a quick look at it. Yeah, it's definitely not built for speed, is it? It's nicely detailed though. Okay, go back to the cabin. So as you can see at the bottom of the radial, the speed radial there, where it says 13 or 14 kph, at the bottom there the shield is showing 25%. And the fuel at the right hand side there is only showing about the same. Spin to the next speed limit. Don't get done for speeding now, do we? Okay, so we can't really do anything wrong because directly up ahead we've got the service centre. So I think we'll get it repaired and refueled as well before we set off. Okay, sun's about 10 kph. Okay, got to be absolutely perfectly still, so the emergency brake has to be on. Okay, brake is on. Driving brake is off. Tap F. Okay, so navigate to the repair and refuel tabs. Repair and refuel your locomotive. So we've got repair. We'll fix all. And refuel. We'll refuel it. So it's something about what doesn't actually tell you to actually leave this particular screen. So you have to tap the escape button. Okay, so we've got to reverse the direction of the train first before we do that. So locate the train, the reverse train direction. I'll get it right in a second. Button and press it. So it's just this one, just here. And then we head back. Okay, so drive along the route and stop in front of the sign signal combo inside the highlighted green area. Take note of the signs and signals indicating changes in speed or upcoming railway features. Observe how the left-hand track is occupied by a broken down locomotive and is therefore blocked. Okay, brake off. We've got a 1 notch. Go to 2 notches. So as you see the shield on the radial speedometer there is 100% and the fuel at the right hand side is now full. So I've got 40 kph limit. So we're travelling here until we actually see a highlighted area down to 1 notch. And you do sometimes have to use a zoom function because sometimes the mini map isn't quite as well, it's not quite as accurate as you want it to be. So on the left point on the junction, it's kind of an incline. Still 40k. Next one is only 30. Swat a little bit higher. At least until we're not losing speed. Obviously, because even when these things aren't actually pulling any carriages or anything in them, they still weigh quite a lot. Next speed limit is 40k, we're currently at 30. Now we're coming down slightly. Two notch on the brake, 3 notches. Okay, that's about right. 29. Don't want to go getting a speeding ticket on our first day. Okay, so Harley Terry is just there. onto a full stop, so you can see there's a train directly ahead, but no, we can't actually see it. We can just see it just there. But if I hadn't actually told us, we wouldn't have seen it. Okay, so we're going to tap the Q key to switch to the right junction. So we're going to go along the right hand side of the broken down train. Take the brake off. So we've got no throttle on because we don't need it, because we're actually going downhill slightly. An approaching train has been spotted. Now, of course, we do have enough time to switch when we do sight it, so we didn't really need to stop in that highlighted area. Because we can still switch even now. Come to this red light, then we can't. Not without the risk of derailing our train. So divert around the broken locomotive by changing the switch direction. Make sure that your switch direction is set to right and drive past through the broken down locomotive. So it looks like a red version of this train that we're driving. Continue driving until you reach the service centre. So it's right at the end there. 40 kph speed limit. Got a fair bit of graffiti on this right hand wall. Okay, throttle to 0. So you can upgrade the trains as well. Also buy new trains, new rolling stock and everything. This is what you would expect from any management train sim. Stop here. Okay, I didn't need to stop. Okay, so that's the second scenario completed. So we'll move on to the third one. Okay, so in this third scenario, we're going to do some cargo pickup and drop off. So in this tutorial, we'll learn how to deliver a contract from one station to another. Firstly, you need to select a contract from the nearest station. You can use the radio for communicating with stations. Open it with A. So tap the A key. The nearest station is a forest. Forests produce logs that can be transported to a sawmill. Select the forest station from the list. You can control the station, the radio, with 1 to 6, so it's 1. And then service, take, and then contract. So it's services, take, which is 3, and contract, which is 2. So first here we have one contract available. Which are you interested in? Well, the only one that's available, obviously, so 2. So the first here, it's a contract for taking 3 wagons of logs. Distance is the sawmill, which is 37.387 kilometres away. The road is 1,000. Do you want to take it? So 2 to take automatically. Alright, so let's get rid of that. So let's have the dwarf signal. That's these short little things down here. These ones. They're like traffic lights but without the stalks. So they're called dwarf signals apparently. I didn't know that. So that guides the station entrance. Change to a green colour. Now proceed to the station. Stop when the coupling decoupling zone icon done with 2 wagons under the speedometer activates. It's not this one on the right, it's this one on the dashboard. So it's this one just here I'm pointing at. That is coupled, so that'll tell you when you've got actual carriages or rolling stock attached to the train. So we'll keep that visible. Okay, so parking brake is off. 1 notch on the throttle. We'll take it nice and easy. So it says highlighted tracks sometimes, but a lot of times the actual mini-map doesn't show you where to actually go. Not enough detail anywhere. But we shall take, we'll leave on the left-hand track for now. So our speed limit is kph of 40. We'll keep about half of that, so put the throttle down to 0 now. Initiate coupling from the radial menu or by pressing U. Not actually highlighted yet. Okay, so now it is. So the right hand radial there is actually lit up with the coupling icon, but the one on the dashboard hasn't. Oh, I don't know. Okay, let's bring it to a stop and we'll see if we can actually couple them up. Don't think we can just yet. I think we've got to go all the way to the end there where it's actually highlighted, but we'll try it just here because it is highlighted there at the bottom right hand corner on the speed radial. Okay, so we can. Well, that's weird. Because really we shouldn't be able to, because we're not near the shed. So we'll tap the U key. Use the service centre to turn the train around and drive straight to the sawmill. Ah, so it should really have gone to the end there. Never mind. We'll do that now. Let's go to the end there, which is the service station, to turn it around on the turntable. So we've got 3 wagons behind us. Let's take a quick look. Yes, we do. Okay. Yeah, so for some reason the dashboard coupled and coupling icons are actually working. Two notches. We don't go demolishing the service centre now, do we? Might be quite fun to do it, but I don't think they'll appreciate it. Okay, parking brake on. Driving brake off. Tap the F key. Before we do that, I think we might be able to go through. So we've got passengers and postage mode. That's a game mode. We'll see that in a later tutorial. So we've got bar locomotives. So we've got none of those available. So we've got 0 of 1 available there, but there's none available. That's over at levels 15, 16, level 5, 20. So you've got quite a fair bit of progression to go through. And we've got upgrades. Again, lots of particular levels. It's got level 1, we've got chassis and fuel tanks. So obviously I'm hoping that they're going to add some previews of some of these when you click on them. Just so you can take a look at them basically. Okay, let's turn the train around. Let's head back outside. Okay, so use the session to turn the train around, which we already have done, and drive straight to the sawmill. So emergency brake is off. 1 throttle, go to 2. And there is a horn as well. It's right there. It's always the best part, that. So in your career mode, you have to take a look at the map. But right now, because in tutorial, it'll actually tell us which sort of junction we're supposed to take. So right now we're taking the left one. If we switch to the other side, it goes red. So you can't really make any mistakes. Yeah, cabin light was off. Okay, headlights on full. So just come to the entrance and exit of the sawmill. Not the sawmill, what am I talking about? So leaving the service centre. Still 40k. No, it's 50. And next one is 60k coming up. And there's also an internet radio available, so you can actually see your own radio stations. You can actually edit the file and add your own in. Now listen to the radio while you're driving your trains about. For obvious reason, I'm not going to do that because I don't want copyrighted music on my my videos. That would be a disaster. So I've got a bit of an incline here. You're not going to have access to the forest. Here's a radio. We'll do that in a second once we got up this radio because it is quite steep. Okay, so it is a radio again and announce our arrival at the sawmill. So it's A, 2 for the sawmill, 3 for services, 4 deliver, 2 for contract, 3 wagons from the forest, 2. Deliver manually. Okay, so we're waiting for you to go to the station, proceed to indicated track and finish the contract by decoupling the appropriate wagons over. Okay. Okay, so indicated track. Can get a little bit awkward this part because it doesn't always tell you which track you want to be on. So you need to be left here at this junction, coming up, and off to the side towards the sawmill. But we also need to take the left-hand most track again in order to select the correct track to actually put the wagons onto. So you can find yourself reversing and then moving forward. So slow down a little bit. As the instructor said, if you're in any doubt, just take it nice and slow. You only get fines for speeding, not for going slow. So it should turn off to the left automatically. Okay, throttle to 0. Can't choose a horn. There we go. .22 kph. Okay, so on the left, so on the correct junction anyway, so that's fine. We'll keep the throttle at 0 though. So again, the service centre is to the right. So it's manual delivery, so proceed to track. And that's all it ever does tell you. Put one notch on the throttle. So some of these can be quite sort of hit and miss. So see, that's actually highlighted, so on the right track, I hope. Yep, looks like it. Okay. So I've got the decouple icon. Okay, parking brake. Driving brake off. Okay, so even though it's actually highlighted there, it won't let us decouple. See? Yeah, as I said, it's a bit... I mean, you've got it right there, we've got bottom right hand corner of the screen, that is the speedometer. It's highlighted, and yet we can't do it. It's very strange. So proceed a little bit further. So go around the loop, basically. So I'm actually seeing the track being highlighted actually in the driver's window here. Okay. Which is rather strange though, because... Okay, right hand side. Okay, can I stop now? So the wagon should be actually on this piece of track by now. Let's try this again. Nope, still won't let me. It's very strange. You can quite clearly see that that is lit up, but the one of the speedometer on the dashboard still isn't lit up, but we can see where it's highlighted just there. Yeah, it's a bit strange. Obviously a bug. Onto 0 throttle. So are we on the correct track? Yes, we are. Okay, that's fine. Yes, as you can see, there's a little bit more work to do on the tutorial. So now we can initiate. We'll pull onto it properly so the wagons are there. So initiate coupling from the radial menu or by pressing U. Okay, 2 notches on the brake. One notch. Okay, parking brake on, driving brake off, tap the U key. Okay, so we've got enter decouple or next coupling, previous coupling. So you can actually decouple your third rolling stock, the second or the first. We're going to decouple the first one, which will decouple all the 3 behind it as well. So okay, so that's that. See, it's a little bit sticky. Doesn't quite explain what you need to do fully, and it's a little bit jittery, and those junctions can get a little bit complicated. Okay, but so complete. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so on to the next tutorial. This is passenger postage gameplay. In other words, mail trains. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to deliver passengers from one station to another. Start by going to the nearest service centre and adding some passenger wagons. Note that you also need a locomotive capable of transporting them, as well as the proper game mode, which can be selected from any service centre. However, this time you're already starting the appropriate mode. So we saw the game mode switch, but we've also got the correct train as well, obviously. Okay, so brake is off. Go to 1 notch. So it looks like we're actually heading southwest towards Teisendorf South. Okay, so essentially just here. You can see where that is because it's like 3 sets of cogs above your track. Okay, parking brake is on. Okay, tap F. Train condition is fine. Okay for fuel as well. So I've got to add some passenger wagons. So I'll click on there. So I've got postage and passengers. Passenger postage transport is performed on a player-defined route. You can set it up by using your tablet, open it with M, and go to Route Planner tab. So I'm going to add another couple of those. Doesn't actually tell how many, it just says some wagons. So I thought maybe sort of better to... seems to be okay. I'm okay with fuel. Can't actually add fuel. Okay, let's head back outside. Okay, so tap M and route planner, just there. So you can set up a route by selecting the stations on this map. Selected station will be aware of your route and will take it into account in their timetables. So that's obviously going to avoid any crashes. If you want, you can also click Apply to GPS to have this route stored in your map and mini-map. Select Theinborg South and Theindorf North. Okay, so that's the route. That's pretty easy. So click Apply to GPS. So that adds that to the mini-map. So head back. So I've got red. So okay. Open station communication with A. Wait a minute, of course. And contact the face station Theindorf South. Select services, passengers, boarding. So 2. Services, passengers, boarding. Theindorf South. We are waiting for you. Go to the station and proceed to the indicated track. Over. Why is it showing red? Don't want to be there. Okay, we'll try right first. If we're wrong, we can always reverse the direction and try the other switch, but it seems to be showing red. So we'll leave it on right. So enter the station, go to the indicated track, and stop the train once you see a message that you can open the doors. Okay, we'll go left. I have to go left because so we've got one there which is green, which is the service centre. Oh right, okay, so we have gone wrong. Okay, never mind. 1 notch on the brake, 2 notches. So as you can see, it's not really very helpful, that map. So you can see it just there. Instead of actually on like one of these V symbols above the track to indicate where you need to be, it highlights it then. You can't always see unless you zoom right in. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. So reverse direction. Brake off. Go to 1 notch. Obviously you can't change the points once your train's on the point as well. That's to prevent any derailing. So it's this right hand track we want to be on. But we don't want to be on the right hand track fully because that'll take us to the service centre on the right there. It's all a bit complicated. Okay. No. 1 notch, 1 notch, 1 notch. Damn it. So we reverse again, we've got another choice, right. So that's where we are right now. Okay. So, brake off. And like I said earlier, it can get a little bit tricky with the points. Because we don't want to be. So right here, we want to be along here, so we want the left hand track, but we don't want to derail the train. Okay, so on the right track anyway. Got a train coming along here. So I don't think anybody should be on the track. Haven't got any passengers. If they're smart, then what we got on this track, and this train I should say. Oh, there we go, we've got a young lady just there. Hello. And a bloke just there. With a gentleman. Okay, let's not demolish the station, so we'll put the brake on. So begin boarding. So we are in the correct place. So radio menu or press the V key to open the doors. We'll go to the end. Okay, one notch. Parking brake on, brake off. Tap the V key, or we can go the radial menu route. Right, where is it? Oh, there we go. So boarding passenger systems will remain blocked. Okay, so tap the key again to toggle the doors to close. So some trains have two locomotives on reverse facing cabins, so they can drive in both directions with better visibility. Press switch cabin button inside the train cabin or from the radial menu to select between the front and back locomotive or reverse facing cabins. So it helps sort of face you, it saves your neck from getting broken when you're looking, trying to look backwards or through the mirrors. So go to the radial menu, front back cabin just there. Okay, so drive to the next station, so heading towards Theindorf North. Yeah, I don't know why that keeps showing red. Strange that. Okay, so forward gear. Brake is off. We'll ignore that. Now, the important thing is, where's the bloody horn? Oh, there we go. Nice. There we go. Okay, since our station is 50 kph. Pretty sure in real life it's actually slower than that, but never mind. Let's get there a bit quicker, shall we? Yeah, it's still showing left as red. Don't know why that is. Strange that. Okay, so leaving the train station. Through the service centre entrance. Next speed limit is 60k. We're already at 50, so I don't see a reason to need to go any faster. I'll bring the throttle up a little bit because we're going up an incline. Okay, we're still at 50k. And these tutorial will probably tell us to contact the next station and the most. Yeah, there we go. So A, Theindorf North, 3 services, 3 boarding, We are waiting for you to go to the station. Proceed to the indicated track. Ooh, next speed limit is 80 kph. When you're at 60 though. That's a good job, because on an incline going down and we've just built the speed limit if it's 60. Thankfully it's actually 80. Which we are approaching pretty quickly. Okay, we'll stay at 1 notch. Okay, so into the station, go to the indicated track and stop the train once you see a message that you can open the doors. Yeah, I like doing that. Okay, throttle to 0. Just from this bend we've got the station. We need to check to make sure we're on the right track, otherwise we need to switch the points as quickly as possible. It shows green on the left, but that isn't always an indication of the right track. And you can't always tell. Okay, so next speed limit is 50 kph. Okay, is this the correct one? Okay, yeah it is, but it nearly wasn't. Yep, okay, so you see the track is actually highlighted red. Okay, let's pull onto the platform. Okay, come to a full stop, parking brake on, tram brake off. Oh, and toggle the doors. Then we'll get off. Okay, so close the doors from the radio menu or by pressing V again. We'll tap the V key, it's quicker. Alright, so that's that. So I believe that is the end of the tutorials, I believe.
Stations engineer, you've completed your conductor's exam with flying colors, and you're now ready to take to the rails of Europe without me watching over your shoulder. Don't forget, you'll prefer the reprimand for driving slowly as opposed to hitting other vehicles or breaking any laws. When in doubt, relax and take your time. But you don't have to undertake such a large task alone. There are others like you, all looking to make a dent in the market and transport what they can. As your company and experience grows, you'll be able to hire some of them to work for you. Just like during your exam, the cities across Europe are constantly in need of all kinds of resources and goods. And more than that, there are thousands of people and parcels awaiting transportation between cities. If you and your employees help out enough, I've heard that cities give the more accommodating companies preferential treatment. Consider that a tip from a friend, but don't go repeating it, alright? I've seen a lot of students over the years, but I've got to admit that you're graduating at an exciting time. Take chances, strategize your deliveries, and grow your empire into one of Europe's greatest railway transportation companies.
Okay, so that's the end of the tutorials. So now in career mode. Going to Berlin Warehouse. I've got to ask permission before you can enter any of these places, but that is the end of this first impression video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to click like, it is appreciated. Also sharing with your friends does help the channel and it's very much appreciated as well. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button, it's also very much appreciated. If you have a comment to ask a question, you're more welcome to do so. But please keep the comments and questions on topic with the video topic. I do have moderators who remove posts if they're off topic, and obviously abuse and spam gets removed and also reported. But if you have a genuine comment, go right ahead. I will try and answer you as quickly as possible. Don't forget to have Discord, Facebook, Twitter and Reddit. You find all the links on the banner front page of the channel. You also find a donate button next to those links on the banner, also on the front page of the channel. Every penny is gratefully received and goes straight back to providing content now and in the future. Shall I try and crash this through that? No, let's not. Okay, once again, I hope you enjoyed. This is on Steam again. It is in early access, so you can help the developers and give some feedback, bug reports, things like that. I do appreciate all that information. Alright, once again, thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time. In the meantime, as always, take care. Bye bye.